Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with Angel and Nathaniel, an interview series designed to reconnect with our peers on a professional and personal level. Each episode will feature a special guest from the department. We hope to learn something new about one another in our post-pandemic world because we know that has been a challenge, right? So today's special guest is Jennie.
Hello.
Hi, Jennie. How are you?
I'm well.
And
Thank
we're
you.
so excited to have you join us.
Why, thank you. I'm excited to be here. I have to say that I have really enjoyed these, truly.
Good.
Like, I've watched every single one that's been released, and I think it's a wonderful way to get to know people.
It
because
is.
I come into the office regularly, but lots of people don't.
That's right. And it's a ghost town here most of the time, right?
Right.
That's
And
right.
that's why we have this series post-pandemic. We're all working remote, so we don't have that opportunity to connect like we normally would by the coffee.
Yeah.
I was going to say by the coffee table, by the water cooler,
That's right.
or by the
Right.
copier,
Yes.
or the fax machine. You know, you
Or
don't have
swing
to.
around the cube. Hey,
Yeah.
how was your weekend?
Right.
We just don't have that kind of ease of connecting. Yes.
Right.
So this is a wonderful thing.
Good. I'm glad. Well, we've had a really fun time
Yes.
actually doing it, so we appreciate that very much. So, tell us a little bit about your role here.
Well, my role is the agency support specialist.
Awesome.
And I work directly with Heather
Okay.
Crenshaw. She is my manager, and she's fantastic. But my main job is to, I have a series of different jobs.
Sure.
I think my
Right.
main role is to get into the files and audit each of the files.
Awesome.
Clear those files, make sure that everything is, checked and signed.
Yeah.
And then I can clear those so that agents and account managers get paid.
Okay.
But then I also take care of the mail.
Sure.
Oftentimes, agents will send me things. I'll print them out, highlight, get those in the mail. I open all the mail, scan it. I'm in charge of assigning the different leads that come into the work basket,
Okay.
and taking care of the agency voicemail.
Well, you got a lot
Yes.
of roles
Lots.
there.
Busy,
a lot of
busy,
roles.
busy.
And
Right.
that important one of being our checks and balances is so important from a compliance standpoint, to make sure everything is in there. That protects us, the agents, the account managers, anything that's written, we need that person that can double check our work, make sure that we didn't miss anything. So from an E&O standpoint, we're protected. So I greatly appreciate all that you do. So
Yeah, I do as well, and I know in the past we've kind of played around with how that worked. I know it's a big job for you, but previously we had multiple people doing the same job, and everybody kind of did it differently. I think what we've seen with you is that it's efficient, one person working on it, and we've kind of come up with a workflow which is helpful that everybody's doing the same thing the
Yes.
same way. So
Yes.
hopefully you've seen some
Yes.
improvements with that. So
Certainly.
great.
But
Good.
and good thing I'm constantly busy because people are constantly writing.
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
Right.
I get down to like 120. I'm like, yes, at the end of the day.
don't stop writing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
true.
stop
If
writing.
you get
Keep
bored,
writing.
we're in trouble.
That's right. Don't
No,
stop
because
writing.
I usually leave work around 4, and then I get back on it, 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, what? It's
Uh-huh.
157. How from 4 until 6? Are there
Yeah.
another 30 policies?
Well, and on the agency huddle, almost every day we get chats at 8, 9 o'clock, agents putting in business late. So yeah, they would put it in and then you'd see it the next day. Yep. Job security.
Certainly.
Right.
Certainly.
Now, what we do with the Coffee Talk episodes, which people probably have picked up on from the episodes that they've seen so far, we like to mix in the personal and also work questions together. We try to be fun and also somewhat serious at the same time. So I'll ask my question, which is, what behavior or personality trait do you most attribute to your success here and why?
I thought about this question, and I would have to say my work ethic.
Okay.
And not perfection. I'm nowhere close. Never have been. But I really feel the need to make sure that I understand what I need to accomplish, and make sure I have the tools to accomplish
Sure.
that. I don't like to cut corners because sometimes, most of the time for me, they always come back and haunt me
Right.
when I cut
Right.
corners. So
That's right.
I think my drive and my work ethic to make sure that I'm fulfilling my role to the best of my ability. And if I have questions, Justin has been a huge help to me with files. And then I'll ask him, and I know sometimes he's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And that's what I'm here for.
Yes, I don't think he minds at all because he's happy to get it all straightened out as
Yes.
well, right?
Right.
So you're doing everybody a favor.
I know,
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say my work ethic.
Yep. I
Well,
think that's a good one for the volume of
it
work
is.
that you have to do, right? I mean, that's
Definitely.
a lot. Yes.
And love the fact that you mentioned that you don't like to cut corners, you know, because that is something that can be common where it's always about getting the work done, but not getting it done accurately. Or, you know, it's just about, oh, let me just put it together. And as long as I get through my day, I'm good. So it's fantastic to know that that's part of your character is that, you know, hey, I want to do it. I want to do it right. So that way it doesn't come back on me.
Yes.
So that's a very strong, you know,
I question it
need.
sometimes. Well, no, just because
Keeps
when
you
I-
up at night.
Well, no, when I get the returned mail, I mean, like the other day, I probably had 42 pieces of returned mail.
Oh,
and
wow.
to be able to scan those
Right.
and then get them to the account manager, I mean, sometimes I'm like, really? No, Jenny.
Those can be filed in the trash can. Don't
Right.
even know.
Because those have to get to, I mean, those people are missing out on
That's
whatever
right.
documents are being sold.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so-
great.
It
Yes.
is great. Okay, so back to me. This
Uh-huh.
one's kind of a fun one, and I'm interested to hear your answer. What is the weirdest food you have ever eaten?
Octopus.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is
Okay.
because there's a story behind this.
Hit us.
we-
One, I am certainly not, I do not eat any seafood whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay.
At all, whatsoever. I mean, like, I
Just don't like it?
Right.
don't like it,
Okay.
I don't like the texture, I
Okay.
don't like the smell, I don't like anything.
Now, when you say seafood, that's shrimp,
Lobster,
Fish,
crab legs.
anything that's
anything.
water based. You're like, I don't want anything to do with you.
No.
Got it.
No. And so this is many,
You
many-
gave yourself the willies right there.
Yes.
She
This
shivered.
was many moons ago, and I was out on a first date.
Okay.
And I had used the restroom,
Uh-huh.
and he ordered the appetizer.
Okay.
And he's like, guess what it is?
Hmm.
I'm like, and he at the time
I'm
didn't
not
know.
sure I wanna know.
He at the time didn't know that I didn't eat seafood or anything
Okay.
like that. I mean, it was like we were just meeting each
Sure.
other.
Right.
So uncomfortable. And so I eat it, and I'm like, it was just,
Yeah.
it wasn't very good. And he's like, you just had octopus. I'm like, oh my
He
goodness.
was like, I hate
Please
you.
excuse me. I'm back again.
Now I really don't like it because I know what it was.
And
Right.
so now that was our first and only date.
That's
we
right.
just decided.
And you're done.
Yes,
Right.
and we're done. So, octopus.
Okay.
That's great. That's
so
great.
I kind of agree with the texture. I love seafood. However, I do feel like octopus is like chewing rubber bands
Yes.
if it's not prepared properly.
Right.
So I don't disagree with that.
I would agree with that. That's
Yeah.
not the best food to start out with.
No.
If you're going to jump into seafood,
right.
octopus isn't the
Yes,
one to
no.
start with.
Start slowly.
Yeah, start with some shrimp or something like that.
I like fried.
Right.
Order a fish stick.
Right.
Step one.
Like, oh, it's a chicken nugget.
That's
Oh,
right.
no, it's a fish stick. What's going on? So, leads me to mine. So, if you could snap your fingers and become an expert in something, what would it be?
Flying.
Oh,
Get out.
I have always wanted. Now I've taken lessons, but I would be an expert pilot.
Really?
I would never want to work in it like a commercial
Right.
airline
Sure.
or anything, but
Just for
to be able-
pleasure?
Yes, to be able to take the airplane up and fly over,
Wow.
or fly to a destination.
Sure.
Fly up to Michigan, and I would absolutely. That I mean, there are several times before, like I thought about it in college. And my mom and dad were like, "That's a hard road."
right.
There's
Right.
so many things you have to pat, it's
Sure.
just a hard road. And so I went into education instead.
Because that's so much
Right,
easier.
yeah.
Yes, I've taken lessons and lessons and lessons, but I would love to just become an expert.
Wow.
in flying.
So-
Oh, interesting.
That
Certainly.
is. And just taking the lessons part. I mean,
Right.
people want to do it, but to actually have taken lessons,
Yes.
that's huge.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, it used to be just so much paper, like you would document everything on paper, and now all the technology is it flies by itself.
Right, almost.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
That's what I would.
Love it.
That's a good one.
That seems to be a common answer lately.
Yes. Well, you have to catch one of the episodes
That's
to find
right.
out.
We won't give it away. So back to me.
Mhm.
This is an interesting one too because I think that we see kind of one side of the people that we work with, right? We see that
Right.
kind of business side. So what's one thing that most people don't know about you?
I am a certified group fitness instructor.
Okay.
Really?
I am.
Get out.
And I just recently because I kind of, I mean, I started in college, and I started teaching group fitness classes down at Ohio State, and then that expanded. So when I graduated from Ohio State, I didn't want to do that there anymore. So
Right.
I, just taught at local gyms. I taught strength training. I taught step class, spin class, those kinds of things. But I'm so excited. I just recently got certified in hot yoga.
Really?
So, I'm
Okay.
I'm super interested in that. And in fact, Nick Mernan has talked about wanting to do a group hot yoga session. So we might have found our
See
in for
what
that.
comes out of these
That's
coffee talk
right.
episodes. We
That's
learn things
right.
about each other that can
Yeah.
come in handy.
Yes,
Love
yes.
it.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I love, there's so many different types of yoga, but hot yoga seems to be where I feel like I've gotten a workout and I walk out just completely like,
Okay.
so, yeah, so I'm,
I love it.
recently certified.
That's awesome.
Ah,
We might be getting
yes.
in contact.
Yay!
We talked about doing it as a team building thing.
Right.
Yes.
Although I might take a nap, but that's okay.
It's great. It's great fun.
That's really cool.
That is. So that leads to my question, and I already know one of the things isn't an answer to this question. So, what's one totally irrational fear that you have? And we know it's not heights. So, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's got to be something other than heights, because you can't be scared of heights
That's right.
and fly.
plane.
Right.
I have the biggest fear of escalators.
Really?
Really?
Yes. So I will take flights of stairs no matter how many flights there are. But when I was young, my sister and I were playing on the escalator in Lazarus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lazarus.
Right.
Yeah, over at Northland.
That's
And my shoe got stuck
Oh.
in the escalator.
Oh.
And I just got I was just panicking.
Right.
Screaming and crying, and my
Sure.
mom screaming and crying, like, why? We told you not to play
That's
this.
right. This is
And-
what happens when you.
Right.
And
How dangerous these things
That's
are.
right.
ever
Right.
since that day, I
Oh.
will never go on that. I mean, even if it's just like an escalator at the airport where you just go from baggage claim,
Okay.
You're like,
Even the flat one.
even the fact,
Okay.
yeah, even those, I won't do any of them.
I'm like,
So did it stop? Like I know
Oh,
it
it
has an
stopped.
emergency. Okay, so that's good. You didn't get sucked in and
Yeah.
flip around the
Right.
back.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Right.
It stopped. But
Wow.
oh my gosh, it was the most terrifying. I thought, because you could just see the shoestrings just keep going in. I'm like, and I wasn't smart enough to take off the shoe.
Right. You're
That
like,
would be
it's
a
got
good
me.
thing.
You
It's
were
got me.
frozen.
Right.
I was my sister, oh my gosh. I was young, I was like 4.
I'm panicked.
Right.
What do I
And
do?
ever since that day, I cannot ride an escalator.
Oh.
Nope, won't do it.
Okay, well we will not take an escalator to our hot yoga.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Deal.
Right. Steps only.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so back to me. These are funny. We have found in our previous episodes that this kind of is telling about the personality of the person that answers it. So,
Right.
what's your favorite TV show? The one that you're always watching on repeat.
Well, I have 2,
Okay.
That's fine.
depending on
so you have a
the
split personality. I mean, go ahead.
That is
Right.
Depends on my mood. If I need to laugh, and this isn't really a TV show, it's a series, I will rewatch Schitt's Creek over
Oh,
and
yes.
over, and it just makes me laugh. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like,
pretty
I-
funny.
Yes.
I just-
It cracks
I've seen
me
it
up
so many
too.
times, and I'm like, I even know the lines, but
Uh-huh.
it's still just
Yes.
they're
David.
dynamic.
David.
I just love it. I just love it. So that was my first one.
Okay.
And on my dark side, my dark days, I love
Okay.
Ozark.
Okay.
Oh, I like both of those.
I do too.
Goodness.
Both of those
I
are
don't really
great.
watch TV. I only stream. I mean, I never watch the news
Mhm.
anymore.
That's pretty much the thing nowadays. I don't watch the news either or regular TV. I binge everything.
Yeah.
So do I.
Just because I can put everything on repeat and I can
Yes.
rewatch it as many times as I
Pause
want.
to go get your drink,
Yes.
your popcorn, whatever you need. That's
And
right.
it's just, and I'm like, I binge, man. I mean, like, there's no stopping me. I mean, like, if
That's
it's
funny.
something that I'm expecting, that I'm so excited, like Ozark comes out in 31 days, I will just.
So you haven't counted.
Oh, no, and I will just sit there and be glued. I mean, nobody can. I mean, everybody knows. Like, don't
Yeah,
try
don't
and call
mess-
her
don't
afterwards.
mess- Right.
Just, she will be watching
Right.
this
Right.
tonight. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That way you can check out, right?
Yes.
I think the one thing to me, and you can tell me if this is why you like it, Ozark is intriguing to me because it's got just this plot, but how easy it is to get yourself in that kind of situation, right?
Right.
It's not that challenging
Right.
to make decisions in life to get there. That's a little bit
And
crazy.
I can see where that comes back to where she says, I don't cut corners
That's
because
right.
I don't want something to happen to me, you know. See there, we try
She
to
does
find
that
things
to
out.
keep herself in the straight
Yes.
and
That's
narrow.
right. So those are my two favorites.
That's
Love it.
fantastic.
That's great.
Yes.
So that leads me to mine. So what's one thing that surprised you about working at AAA?
I guess the sense that truly we are a team. Very welcoming, the people that I see and interact with on a regular basis, but it truly is a team. I've had some issues while I've been working here with my family, and it's kind of moving.
Aw.
It's nice to know that people have your back.
And I think genuinely,
Yes,
right? We're
right.
not here just with lip service. Let us
Right.
know what you can do, but we genuinely care about each other.
Yeah.
And I think with the pandemic, I think that's kind of helped people realize that because when you are working in a location together, it's easy to say, "Oh yeah, I'm here" or what have you, because
That's
you
right.
see people every day.
That's
But when you don't seeing that, you don't have that physical presence there, but people are still reaching out to you, or people are still like, "Hey, whatever you need," or
That's right.
and that's one thing that has been common with most of the episodes. I'll say all of the episodes that we've done. Someone has mentioned, love the team atmosphere that we do have here, and I pride myself on trying to, foster that in my communication with everyone. Angel does the same thing from a training standpoint, so
Yeah.
we're just glad to continue to hear that same feedback where we're not, telling people to, when you come on the episode, make sure you say that we're all about the team.
We'll pay you 20 later.
Right.
It truly is. And Heather's been so accommodating. I like to work early and end early. I'm not one that likes to drag my day out until 7:00.
Right.
Fitness instructors don't do
Right.
that. I mean, come on.
I don't have
get
time
in
for
and
hot
get
yoga
done.
if you're working all the
Right.
time.
Exactly. So and she's like, whatever you have to do, just
Right.
get your 40 hours. And,
That's right.
it's just, it's just a really nice place to work.
Yeah, good. Well,
And I feel valued and
Good.
I feel appreciated. And
Well, I know. I try to tell you every time I ask you to do something for me.
I
I'm
know.
like, I really appreciate
I
this.
know.
You're saving my life here. So
I know. It's just it's a very nice thing. And when
Good.
agents send things to me, I really appreciate you printing this and mailing this, and it's nice to come.
Yeah.
I feel like you belong.
So we've said it before, and I'll say it again. You're probably going to hear it on every coffee talk. I'm sorry, but it is like I just said. It's genuine, and we all really do want to support each other and be there for each other and appreciate each other. And
Right.
everybody's very careful and mindful of that. And that's something that, as you said, you don't find other places. You don't.
Right.
It's not common anymore, right? You don't work somewhere for 50 years and retire with your gold watch.
Right.
Those days are gone. So to find in 2022 to find something like that, that's a big deal.
It
So
is.
yeah, we appreciate you very much too.
Thank
So
Yes.
thank you for all you do. Okay, last one. We're gonna get off the serious. We're gonna get into the funny. Last one. This has been a challenge. I'm gonna warn you now. I'm gonna ask you to sing a line of a song if you're willing. You don't have to. We've only had one taker so far, but what? One song, not gonna happen. What's one song or artist that you're embarrassed to admit that you like?
Well, part of it is that I'm not really embarrassed because I
Okay.
truly like them.
Oh, that's a good thing.
But yeah,
then.
Own it, own it.
Right. Like everybody else may be
That's
embarrassed,
right.
but I'm not
Everyone's
embarrassed.
embarrassed for
Don't
me.
worry about your own self.
Right.
I absolutely love the Bee Gees.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with staying
absolutely-
alive.
I
I mean, come on. There he goes. There he goes,
yeah.
singer. Yeah.
Woo!
I think they're just iconic, and it was like, are we listening to this again? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Let me guess, she's younger,
Yes.
right? Okay.
You're driving. We listen to your,
That's right.
terrible
Whatever stuff.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, that's
I love Bee Gees.
great.
That's great. And
Yeah.
thank you for being a good sport and chiming in there and doing your dance
Yes,
moves
that's
and
right.
everything.
We'll take it. So, thank you so much,
Thank
Jenny.
you.
We do appreciate all of our guests. So, I won't say not just Jenny, but we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We know you have a lot to do, but thank you for joining us today on this episode of Coffee Talk. We will see you next episode, and we look forward to more to come. So, again, thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.